Hello everyone, welcome to a video. I just thought I'd share this algorithm I've been writing because I've seen a lot of visual sorting algorithms on YouTube recently, and I've been wanting to make my own. So I'm going to be honest, this project did not start out anything like that. It was originally me trying to learn an SFML library in C++. So I was originally going to try and make Perl in noise. The closest I got to that was just a random pixel mess that would just update every 5 seconds and produce new random map of pixels. So eventually I just gave up and decided I'd simulate 1,000 particles interacting with one another. Realized that is a big pain, and considering I don't know any C++, well, I know a bit of C++ and I don't know anything of SFML recently, I thought, you know what, I'll dumb it down, I'll do a visual sorting algorithm, and this is what I've got here. Now this is the main function here, and you can see we've got, bear in mind this is probably spaghetti code heaven, even for like a small project. As you can see, we're importing our libraries. We're importing audio, system and graphics from SFML, as well as a visual class here, which is what I'm going to be sorting basically. That's going to be contained in an array. But here we have a mapping. All this is our actual bubble sort algorithm. As you can see, it doesn't look like bubble sort at all. That's because I've actually chopped it down to make it as visual as possible for what a bubble sort should be. And here we've got our main function, and we're just creating all the windows here. Anyway, enough of the talking, let me just show you in action, I guess. And it's done, and it's all sorted, and you can see it visually, and I just thought that was a really fun project to do. I'm going to put the code onto GitHub in case anyone wants to have a tinker around. Just in case anyone wants like a more in-depth one, I'm just going to talk through what the code does at the moment right now. So this will only be about 5 minutes, it's not a long video. But here we're just initializing all of SFML and the window. I really hope that's right, I don't know enough about SFML. We've got some constants here, the width and the height of the window, and that's represented here. We've upped the anti-aliasing to 8. That was originally for the particles, because I want the particles to be really fine, but then I obviously just abandoned that project and went to visual. And here we're actually setting up our visualization. As you can see, we've done it in a dynamic memory, and that's why we actually have to delete it here to just prevent any memory leaks. There probably are memory leaks, but I just haven't noticed them. But here we're creating it, we're sort of like creating it, visualizing it, and we're creating this linear sort of shape. It originally wasn't linear, it was originally just like this, so it would be random sizes for each one, and that was good, but when you hear it just go through with the audio, it sounds horrible. So eventually I was like, okay, let's get these in like a linear order, and then I can randomize them later. So I do that, I generate them, and then I just randomize them here. And then I just set the position of each value in the items to its current position in the array. And what this allows me to do, if we just go to set position, there you can see it updates the position, and it also tells us the position of where it should be on the screen. And that's really important for, as it allows us to link its position in the array to the position on the screen. To me, I think it's the easiest way of doing it. So yeah, we're linking the positions, and then we're setting up the audio, and the audio is literally just a really simple beep sound I got off the internet, and then we check to make sure that's all imported properly. If not, we end the program. SFML displays its error, and then we begin the main loop. And the main loop here, we've got our event, so if the window's closed, just end the whole thing. But anyway, here's the sorting algorithm, and you can see we've got a value called valj, and that's an integer value, and that's our external value here. That's just equal to 0, and usually with bubble sort there's 2 for loops, but that's how this originally started out, as just 2 for loops for the bubble sort, and then I basically chopped it down. Eventually I basically literally just got it to this, which was perfect for my needs, and this allows us to properly visualize the bubble sorting algorithm, which, if you don't know, it basically just goes through it, takes 2, is A greater than B? If A is greater than B, swap them around, else keep them the same, next pair. And it's a really simple algorithm. I was originally trying to do merge sort, But I was like, yeah, no, I can't be asked. Anyway, and then we're actually going to start drawing this because drawing it to the screen. So we're going to clear the screen and we're going to iterate through every single one in our array. We're just going to draw it. And as you can see here, we're also doing a couple of checks. So if it's in the right position, if it's perfect and it hasn't changed its position, so it's already sorted partially, then we're going to make that color green, and we're also going to increment the all done. And basically what that means is if it's all done, you can end the noise and our is can be at rest. Else, just set all done to 0, and then we do a check here. If all done is greater than the number of sorts, set the sound volume to 0. Here's where our map function comes into play, and what the map function does is it maps the height of the pole to the maximum height that it can be, which is 750, and that height is basically the largest height we can get. Mostly mapping between 0, so what we want to do is we want to set the pitch between basically the lowest pitch and the highest pitch we can get, depending on the size of the pole, and that creates the noise as it goes through. And then we just play that sound, then we draw it, and then we display it. And that's basically all this algorithm does. It's really super simple. I don't have like a script, so I'm trying to say this off the top of my head, so it probably doesn't make sense. But there will be a GitHub for this in case you want to download and do it. There are like way better ones on the internet though, so we should have that. But if you want to tinker around with it, just open it up in Visual Studio and yeah, have a think of it. I'll also leave the executables there for you guys too. But I mean, that's all from me. That was just like a little project I've been doing recently, trying to learn C++ and SFML. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please do like and subscribe. It really means a lot. I am going to start making more videos now. I've got a lot more free time in my hands. Like, well, I say a lot more free time. You know, I'm probably going to make some videos for the pandemic, but I was just lazy. But now I'm actually trying to make more. But yeah, I mean, if you guys liked it, then please do feel to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing would be really good. But yeah, thank you guys, and have a good one.